sky and the clouds. A perfect arc. Faint. Suspended. Like a ring had been carved into the upper layers. It didn't rotate, it didn't pulse, it just was. I thought it might be a reflection, maybe a projection artifact, but it cast a shadow over the ground, a wide, soft-edged ellipse that passed across the terrain with no visible source above it. I followed it with binoculars. It didn't fade. It deepened, like a tunnel slowly forming through light. Then came the second tone, same as before. 3 pulses, descending. But this time, it came from inside the station. Not the speakers, not the comm system, from the metal. I could feel it in the railings, in the floor, in my teeth. A low harmonic, almost organic. It wasn't noise, it was a call, and I think something answered, because the ground began to softly glow, only for a moment, a breath. I backed away from the window. The glow faded just as fast as it came, like someone flicked a match underwater. I tried to rationalize it, bioluminescence, seismic gas emissions, anything. But nothing in the atmosphere, nothing in the soil, nothing in the laws of physics I knew could explain that. Softness. I powered down the outside lights, just to see more clearly. I needed to confirm it was real. It was. All around the base, the ground shimmered faintly. Not like light. Not like heat, like memory. I ran to the archive bay, grabbed every drive I could, plugged them all in, no response. I opened the satellite logs, blank. Weather data, gone. Personal files, empty folders, all of them named, but hollow inside. Only one file remained, the log system. It kept recording. Even now as I speak, it's the only thing the system seems to recognize. Like, it wants this. Outside, the clouds have begun to descend. Not rain, not fog. They're folding inward, spiraling slowly like they're being drawn toward a center just beyond the visible horizon. A soft wind has returned, but it doesn't move sideways. It moves down. The soil hums quietly under my feet. Not shaking, just vibrating, in sync with my pulse. Or maybe the other way around. I've sealed the station. Not that it will help. Whatever this is, it isn't trying to get in. It's already here. It's quiet now, not silent. Quiet. Like the world has accepted it. Like it's ready. The clouds are gone. So is the sky. What's above me isn't darkness. It's nothing. A clean, soft, white nothing. I don't see stars. I don't see light. I see absence. And it's beautiful, in a way I don't think I was ever meant to witness. I don't feel pain. I don't feel fear anymore either. Just stillness, like a page waiting to be turned. If anyone is still up there, in orbit, in hiding, in some pocket of resistance, I'm not asking you to come get me. I'm asking you not to come back. Let this place sleep. Let what's left be left behind. This is Naves. Last ground log, Station 14. Power's holding steady. But I won't be awake when it drops. If this is uploaded, it means the Earth still This is Naves, technician at Station 14, Southern Hemisphere Relay Network. I don't really know why I'm recording this. I've been here for almost 7 years. Most days are just maintenance logs and calibrations. Check the sky, check the grid, send the report. Nothing ever happens. Until 3 days ago. It started with a missed ping from low orbit node 6. I thought it was a relay error. Solar interference, outdated firmware, maybe even dust on the lens. I've seen it all before. But then node 7 went dark, then 8, then 9, then all of them. I waited for the system to reboot. Reboot never came. I ran diagnostics, switched to backups, rechecked the ground alignment, nothing. not a single orbital satellite responded. No ping, no drift, no fallback protocol. Just absence. At first I thought it was just us. Maybe Station 14 was isolated. Maybe the uplink cables had snapped somewhere under the soil. I activated the emergency band, tried the northern relay, eastern outpost, naval stations, even civilian aviation frequencies. Nothing. No voice, no static. Just a long, dry silence. That night, I climbed the watchtower, brought the long-range scope, pointed it at the usual band of satellites. You can usually see a faint blink, synchronized movement like a soft, metallic heartbeat overhead. There was nothing, just stars. But even those looked wrong. Some had shifted, others had faded completely. I checked the constellations by hand. Orion was missing his belt. Cassiopeia was crooked. At 2:17 a.m., the southern sky shimmered. Not lightning, not clouds. Like the upper atmosphere was folding, gently, as if breathing. I woke up to stillness. Not quiet, stillness. No wind, no rustle of leaves. Not even the hum of the auxiliary generator outside. The air felt heavy, like the station had been sealed shut, even though the vents were wide open. I walked to the external sensor panel. The wind speed indicator showed 0. Atmospheric pressure unchanged. Temperature stable, but the humidity, it was rising. Fast. The clouds were stuck overhead, thick, unmoving, like they'd been pinned to the sky. I tried calling the surface command center again. Same result. Dead loop. Even the birds had stopped. I didn't realize how much I depended on that background noise. The chirping, the wind cutting across the metal railings, the occasional engine in the distance. But now it felt like I was underground, buried, alone. Later that day, the soil sensor alarms started going off. Too much heat from below. Not from the sun, the ground itself, like something was boiling beneath us. I dug with a shovel, just enough to get a reading. The earth was warm, not burning, just alive, pulsing every 40 seconds. The pulses were steady, rhythmic. Heartbeats? No, that's stupid. But it felt like the world had one. I've lived alone here for long periods before. You get used to it. Learn to separate imagination from fact. But this wasn't me cracking. This was real. The earth was doing something, and it wasn't waiting for us to understand it. That night, the clouds didn't move once. I stared at them for 3 hours straight, just to be sure. They stayed in the exact same shape. Not drifting, not breaking apart, just suspended, like someone paused the weather. I pointed the scope upward again. No satellites, no signs of traffic, not even debris, but there was a shimmer, very faint, almost imperceptible, a thin silver distortion across the stratosphere, like heat waves, only they weren't rising. They were descending, slow, controlled. I recorded the footage, enhanced the contrast. The shimmer was shaped, not natural. A soft ring forming in the upper layers, pulsing faintly. Not mechanical, but too perfect to be anything else. At 3:44 a.m., my console flashed once. A brief signal. Not language, not code. Just 3 low tones, descending in pitch. Then silence again. The next morning, the sky was white. Not bright, not overcast, just completely, perfectly white. No sun, no shadows, no gradient, as if the atmosphere had been filled with milk. I checked the sensors. They were all still reading normal values. No radiation spikes, no UV anomalies, no EM bursts. It was like the instruments were blind to what I could see with my own eyes. And the animals? They had vanished. Not dead, just gone. No feathers, no fur, no remains. Like they'd been called away, or taken. That's when I stopped trying to send messages, because I finally understood. There was no one left to receive them. That evening, I climbed back to the roof. Station 14 sits on a hill, a clean 270-degree view of the sky. It was the reason I requested this post in the first place. I used to love the sunsets here. But this one, there was no color, no gradient, just white. White that reached from one horizon to the other, without interruption. As if someone had erased the atmosphere and left a blank placeholder behind. At 1906, I saw the first shape.